that the 2030 tournament will be hosted by Morocco, Portugal and Spain, but with opening games in Argentina, Paraguay and Uruguay.
FIFA's decision to expand the World Cup from 32 to 48 teams was finalized in 2023 and has raised a lot of eyebrows in the footballing world. The World Cup is arguably the most prestigious sporting event on the planet, and to many this is an unnecessary change to the tournament's existing format. Since 1998, the World Cup has been contested between 32 teams. An expansion with an additional 16 teams was bound to come with big changes. The only question was how? Well, in September 2023, the footballing world got its answer. FIFA President Gianni Infantino announced some of the changes coming to the FIFA World Cup in 2030, the biggest of which was that the tournament would be hosted in 6 different countries. As always in football, this decision was met with supporters and detractors. But why have FIFA decided on the changes, and how do they affect the World Cup in 2030 and beyond? All but one World Cup tournament has been hosted by a single country, but with an expanded 48-team tournament, FIFA announced that the 2030 edition will take place in 6 countries. The selected host countries are Portugal, Morocco, Spain, Argentina, Uruguay and Paraguay. This unprecedented situation was made even more bizarre by FIFA's announcement that just the tournament's first 3 games will be played in South America, with the rest of the group stages and the knockout rounds played in Europe. The official reason given for this was that the games played in South America would be to celebrate the FIFA World Cup's 100th year anniversary, dating back to the inaugural tournament held in Uruguay in 1930. However, this didn't satisfy a significant portion of fans and pundits. The primary argument against this development has been that the World Cup should have been played solely in South America to mark the centenary occasion. FIFA admit they realized the importance of the tournament's 100th anniversary, but has chosen to give the majority hosting rights to 3 European countries. And many see the 3 opening games given to the South American countries as a cheap attempt to appease them after rejecting their bid to host the tournament. There was almost a sense of expectation amongst South Americans that the 2030 World Cup would be hosted on their continent, giving them a chance to watch some of the game's biggest stars, a luxury they rarely get to experience, considering most of the best players in the world are based in Europe. Besides South American grievances, fans in other parts of the world are displeased by FIFA's decision. According to FIFA President Gianni Infantino, expanding the World Cup to 48 teams and hosting it in multiple countries is done for the fans, to include more countries and more people in the festivities. But there are arguments being made from certain corners that hosting the competitions in 6 countries does not benefit the fans at all. World Cup tournaments are traditionally hosted in one country, with fans from all over the world coming to the host nation for the summer to enjoy what is often described as a festival of football. Splitting these festivities between 3 nations, let alone 6, dilutes the experience for fans, and also brings up the problem of travel costs. Unlike with previous World Cup tournaments, some fans will have to travel between as many as 4 countries to support their team, which can incur significant travel expenses and logistics. Issues like visas, accommodation, language barriers, and transportation. In a statement released by Football Supporters Europe, they said, "It's not a celebration of the beautiful game, as FIFA claims. It's a slap in the face of match-going fans and a mockery of its own sustainability strategy." According to them, FIFA has intentionally disregarded the welfare of fans in favor of lining their pockets and furthering their own interests. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are plenty of positives to look forward to, particularly for the people of Paraguay and Morocco. These 2 countries would have never had a chance to host a World Cup on their own due to economic instability, but can now host the tournament as part of a joint effort. It might just be 1 game in the case of Paraguay. Still, it will no doubt provide a significant economic value to the country and provide the fans with a unique experience in a country that rarely gets to witness high-level football. As for Morocco, they are unarguably the biggest winners among the 6 co-hosting nations. It will be just the second time an African country has hosted the World Cup, and just like with South Africa in 2010, it holds significant economic potential for Morocco. With over a dozen games set to be played there, billions of dollars will be generated in revenue through ticket sales and revenue, and the country's infrastructure and employment rates are also set to drastically improve. In summary, while there's been a lot of negative feedback to FIFA's latest announcement, there are also some positives to take away from it. The footballing world isn't very accommodating to big changes. Policies like the implementation of VAR, expanding substitutes from 3 to 5, and the decision to play the 2022 World Cup in the winter were all met with great scrutiny, so perhaps the reaction to the 2030 World Cup is not a surprise. There's still plenty of time, however, for both FIFA and the fans to adjust to this development and make the 2030 World Cup a successful one for all involved. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, thanks for watching.